Good evening and welcome to the Thursday Night Net of the Ozarks Amateur Radio Society. This net we call every Thursday at 8 p.m. on this frequency of 146.460, no PL tone and no offset. My name is Sean and my call sign is K0MAD. Well, it's not an emergency net. If anyone has any emergency traffic at any time, please call break. Does anyone have any emergency traffic? Please call now. All right, nothing heard. We'll move on. The goal of the Simplex net is to communicate as far as possible, direct antenna to antenna, testing the effectiveness of our stations without using a repeater. I'll use a net log over check-ins, and I do realize it says the Tuesday night net. It wouldn't let me do anything other than use the Tuesday night net, so I just put it up there. I figured everybody'd find it. So you can monitor there if you want to check in early. The net is being streamed live on the ham radio's K0MAD YouTube channel, so if you want to see how you sound or miss part of the net, you can just search my call sign on YouTube. All right, let's begin tonight's net with any announcements of interest to amateur radio.
KE0LTG.
All right, we got KE0LTG Lawrence with an announcement. Go ahead, Lawrence.
Yeah, I've been reading a little bit about sailing or on the water, and I guess if you're close to the water and you have a radio telephone, you are supposed to monitor 156.8 megahertz, which is the channel 16 frequency, if you're not using your radio to communicate on another frequency. So I just started looking into some of this, but that 156.8 megahertz is that channel 16 frequency.
All right, never knew that, Lawrence. All right, well, is that all you got for announcements, Lawrence?
Well, later I did read an article of 1894 on Thursday, October 18th, and it said that Americans are in a hurry, and they had streetcars overcrowded. People was rushing to the streetcars in the big cities to get home first. And the howling and the complaining of overcrowding didn't matter because the streetcar company was really making money off that one. And so they watched, and if another streetcar was going to leave a few minutes later, everybody had to overcrowd the first one. And so in 1894, they decided that was an American trait, that Americans are in a hurry.
Yeah, I think a good part of the world is in a hurry. I don't think it's Americans only. All right, Lawrence. Well, we'll catch up with you for the normal check-in just a minute. So we'll jump down here. Do we have any short time or mobile stations that'd like to check in at this time? Please call now. All right, picked up Charlie, K0LAF in Republic. Short time, go ahead there, Charlie.
Tonight, for some reason I couldn't carry there. I usually don't have any problem, but I'll be in tonight. I got out and did park active. On here tonight, and hope everyone has a great.
Yeah, Lawrence I think he must be on an HT because he was only a 20/9 here at my house, and he's usually pegging the meter, so Probably on an HT, be my guess. But hey, yeah, it sounded like you had a busy day, and it was a great day to go out and do a Parks on the Air activation, that's for sure. And I didn't know if you noted it or not, but the audio level is pretty low. I don't know if just the gain got turned down, but it's probably a quarter of where it needs to be.
Okay, well, thanks for that information. I'll speak louder, and I'll look into running the gain up a little higher.
Yeah, that did quite a bit there. All right, thanks a lot, Charlie. And, man, I'm kind of jealous. I need to go out and get some Parks in the Air going myself. All right, 7-3, do we have any more short-time or mobile stations? Please call now. All right, nothing heard. We'll move up top of the list. K6GAE, Dave in Rogersville. How you doing, Dave?
K0MAD and the rest of the net. This is K6GAE. Oh, we're doing a pretty good shot. Off for the next 3 days. And get to play with my D75. A lot to learn about this radio, but so far I'm really liking it. Works well with hotspots, plus with the repeaters and stuff. And I'm actually hitting repeaters that none of my other HTs in my house can hit from sitting inside the house. Other than that, thanks for doing the net tonight, and we'll pass it back to net control. K6GAE, back to net control.
Yeah, I seen you key up the D-Star repeater, I think it was yesterday. Yesterday or the day before, I seen you key it up and it said D75, and I went, aha.
Yeah, I couldn't get my 991A sold, so Associated took it in as a trade and selling some radios for some other people. They gave me some money, so I was able to finally get the radio I wanted for basically since it came out.
All right, well, that's pretty cool. Can't wait to see that thing. All right, Dave, 5 and 6 signal, good and clear. Thanks for checking in tonight. And we'll move down to Wes, AE0OC in Miller. Go ahead, Wes.
Well, Sean and everybody on the net. I'm kind of broadside to you tonight, Sean, so you may not be getting quite as good a signal on me, but we're so close it shouldn't matter. Pointing up towards Springfield, wanted to see if some of the guys up there could hear me. Not a whole lot going on here. I did do a little bit of park hunting and chucked up a few of them yesterday, so had fun with that. I hadn't done that in a long time, so it was fun to get back in that game. In fact, this is the first time since they changed the park numbers that I've done any park hunting, so having a pretty good time around here. Doing pretty decent still, nothing's changed, so I'll turn it back over to you, and like I said, hopefully some of the guys in Springfield can hear me tonight. AE0OC, back to net control.
All right, Wes. Well, we'll just go ahead and let the ones over that direction give you any signal reports. So anybody that's copying Wes, if you can, shoot him some signal reports. He's pointing towards Springfield. K0MAD.
A0OC, I got you at an S5, but good, clean audio. The audio's louder, so actually it's probably about if I go on just audio like you're supposed to with the signal report, probably about an S7. K6GA.
I got you. S5 West. Here in Springfield with the preamp. So, very good. KA0SPM.
That was without preamp, Wes.
All right, well, sounds like it's working pretty good there, Wes.
Well, yeah, I appreciate it, guys. That's awesome.
All right, well, hopefully maybe a little later on, maybe you can pick up, well, of course, you were able to pick up those guys up in Stockton even when I couldn't pick them up, even on your Omni, so I guess that wouldn't change a whole lot.
Yeah, I've got kind of a straight line. In fact, I can see the Greenfield lights from my driveway, so I've got a straight vision line to Greenfield, and on up to Stockton isn't much worse, so I picked them up like they're sitting next door.
Yep, I wouldn't even think about how far up they were. All right, well, I'll say 7-3. It looks like Dave said you're an S8 to S9 with the preamp on the live chat there.
Well, that's awesome. For not hardly being able to be heard before, so that beam is working.
Oh, yeah, definitely is working. All right, 73 West, good hearing from you. And we'll move down to KB0RHA, Rich in Mount Vernon.
Well, hello, Sean, everybody on the net. Not a whole lot going on. Had a little rain shower this morning. My son and I had to put a new engine on the rototiller so we can get the garden tilled in and planted. And we did get official confirmation finally on the use of the park there here in Mount Vernon. We got the whole west end after the farmers market clears out. We got the whole west end of the park all weekend, so that's a positive. Anyway, we got a place for field day. Yeah, that's about all I've got for the net. 7-3, everybody. Back to you, Sean. KB0RHA.
All right, Rich. Yeah, 5-9 over here. Now, are you sure when Bob spends the night there, they're not going to arrest him for, being a bum, just sleeping on the side of the street?
Well, now that kind of goes without saying.
Yeah, I'd see him sitting there going, "Yep, that guy's up to no good."
Yeah, but the city cops and the city district, they know that we're going to be there. So anyway, I guess the city knows that we're going to be there.
All right, sounds good. Thanks again there, Rich. And we'll move down to K0SPM. I heard him in there pretty good. How you doing, Steve? Well, Steve, if that was you, you made a change because you were an S3 to an S4 when you were going back to West, and then you were up there about five, almost 6S units, but you had zero audio. So I don't know what you changed there, but your audio went to nothing. Couldn't hear nothing you said. We'll give you a chance to check things out, and we'll jump down for just a minute down to Lawrence. We'll take his real quick, and I'll jump back up to you, give you a chance to look some stuff over. K0LTG, Lawrence for the normal check-in. Go ahead.
Okay, I forgot to turn my linear on earlier, so I'm sorry about that. I guess I was asleep at the switch. I'm also doing some checking on sailboating, and on YouTube or online you go to CaptainLang.com. So some of those maneuvers take about 6 steps to go through with the sailboat. It's not a 1, 2, 3 on some of that stuff. So if somebody else out there is interested in sailboating, why, that was CaptainLang.com that they could check out. So that's about all I got to share right now. 73 to the group.
All right, sounds good, Lawrence. And, yeah, you're back up there where you normally are, up there about a full scale. So, yeah, that's definitely what it was. Just didn't kick that amp in. All right, Lawrence, 7-3 to you. And we'll jump back up to KA0SPM, see if he's got his audio fixed there.
Should be. What do you think?
Hey, you got it. Sounding great, Steve.
I have no clue why it didn't. But My father passed away. I guess it was towards the middle of last week. We had to make a run to Northeast Iowa for the services. He was not doing well for some time, so we were prepared for it. But just one of those things. I guess the bittersweet part is we got to see a lot of friends and family that you don't get to see very often. So it was a bit bittersweet. But we're going to be just fine. Everything is settled, and, it's how it goes. So anyway, back to you. Thanks for running that KA0SPM.
All right, well, sorry to hear that, Steve, and you're right. Usually the passing of somebody usually brings people closer together there for a while, gets everybody together one more time. But yeah, that's at least been my experience with my family. Don't see anybody for a long time till somebody's gone. Wish it wasn't that way, but that's the way it goes. But anyway, Steve, yeah, you fixed that audio. You're sounding great. And 5 and 5 over here in Aurora. And we'll move down to Tom, KC0NSC in Springfield. Go ahead, Tom.
Well, hey, good evening to you. This is KC0NSC. My condolences go out to Steve. Sorry to hear about your loss. But also, I'm glad to have you back in town. Doesn't feel right when you're gone. Not much going on over here this week. Just trying to get by, so to speak. But anyway, have a fine one.
For further check-ins, please call now.
November Mike, 0 Whiskey, NM 0W, Stephen in Springfield.
Kilo Alpha 0, Romeo Mike.
All right, we got two of you, NM0W and KA0RM. So we'll move up to NM0W, Steven in Springfield. How you doing this evening?
I'm doing all right tonight. Been listening to various repeaters on 2 meters, just kind of see where band openings are happening. They've kind of been a little random the last couple days. But I was listening to to Nix's and Nets on a repeater outside of Jefferson City, and I was able to hear it from in the Rollo location too. Wasn't enough for me to get my signal into there. The Jeff City one, there was nothing. The Rollo one, I could just basically break the squelch, and no one came back. So. Yeah, just trying to chase those 2 meter DX opportunities, and that's that time of year. Anytime I see anything in the weather that mentions heat dome means propagation. So that's the kind of stuff that I look for.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing you can do too that really gives you a good indicator is you can just bring up a good radar map of the weather. And you start seeing that little halo scatter around the different Doppler radars. That's a pretty good sign that you got some pretty good conditions going on.
Yeah, I'll have to look at that. So one thing I look at besides a website that has estimations of sporadic intensities. They tend to match the countrywide Weather Service maps where you have all the cold fronts and the warm fronts. The highest concentrations of propagation seem to hang out around the ones that have the cold and the warm fronts kind of hitting each other, where it kind of creates a stalled out stationary front. It's kind of funny comparing the two maps and seeing how you could tell exactly where that front is at off of the once a day atmospheric scans that were taken at the time.
Yeah, that's interesting stuff. Yeah, I found out about the radar thing, and they say it's scatter, that when you start seeing those those radar images when there's no weather, but you can see kind of that little cloud around. Looks like a cloud hovering around a Doppler radar. That's a scatter that the radar is picking up and reflecting its signal back.
Yeah, definitely, interesting there. I'm pulling up the Springfield radar right now to look at it. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And that's something I'll have to pay attention to. So, maybe we'll get in some, some a little bit further away contacts being on 146460. I don't know if everybody monitors that, but I hadn't heard anything come through on 5.2. It seems like the way you find out about band openings, at least on my end, is just listening to repeaters. I'll hear repeater identifiers on frequencies that are local, but it's not the local identifier. So then, I'll look up what it is and then, try to call out on it, see who responds, and that. So, okay, well, I will go ahead and send it back on over to you, Sean. 73 all, and one thing, Wes was an S9, sometimes a little bit higher than S9. He spiked up to S9 plus 10 once. I tried to get in there, but then I was starting to step on KE6GAE, so I just decided to wait for a general call out to give that signal report. But been able to hear everyone else tonight. So 73 all from NM0W, Stephen in Springfield.
All right, Stephen. Yeah, you're 59 plus 5, by the way, or 59 plus 5. Great signal. Thanks for checking in. Good hearing from you. And yeah, I need to get on 5.2 and do a little calling after the net. Usually I can pick up somebody around the area. We'll see what happens. All right, we'll move down to Bob, KA0RM.
KA0MAD, KA0RM. Hello, Sean there. Steve, you're sounding good. And yeah, Steve up there, you're right. I don't know why it is, but somebody missing in the family and their funeral, it always brings in all the relatives, and I don't care for that. I've seen that out in California many times with ours, where a lot of ours are. And it just seems like that's the only thing that brings them together. But I guess my family's not the only one on that kind of deal. Everybody's sounding pretty good tonight. Don't know anything going on. Rich, I need to get with you on the chamber up there, the west end. I was thinking right there on the concrete there by the building is what I was thinking would be a good place set up. But I don't know if they're going to let us have that or not. But, that's the 22nd. Harold, OQS not going to be at the meeting, I don't think, tomorrow night or Saturday night. He's got something going on, so he's not going to be there. Clifton Marvin, I don't know, they went to St. Louis today with his dad, and they're going to come back Saturday. They're going to try to get back in time for the meeting, but I don't know if they're going to make it or not. But anyway, we're set up for the gun show, 29th and 30th, and the Billings Fair. We'll go over that at the meetings. They like to have us have a parade, take our banner out there, and get Sean and Greg, walk down there about 4 blocks carrying that banner, with their miniskirt on. So that's about it here, I think, here. K0MED, K0RM.
All right. Well, I don't know about that last part, but that's all right. You must have got a little bit of heat poisoning today. I'll just chalk it up to that.
No, just getting back at you. But anyway, we'll have to see what we can do there, because I think it would be to get somebody to carry that parade banner would be nice. Like I said, it's only about 4 blocks, they said, so that wouldn't be too bad. There at the Billings Fair. KA0M, catch you later, Sean.
Now, Dave says you must have your beam pointed at him. He says he's hearing you at 5.7. I told him I was sorry.
Yeah, I got my beam up towards Springfield.
Ah, okay. Well, that's why, Dave, that's why you're hearing him 5.7. All right, do we have any more check-ins on the omnidirectional before I jump over to the beam? KE0MAD. Well, did anybody pick up who that was? It wasn't quite enough for me. I kicked the preamp on maybe a little too late.
I didn't hear anybody.
Turn her up a little bit.
I know who that is. That's Dave. Let me kick the power up a little bit. N0MUA, I think is who I heard. At least I caught the MUA part. K0MAD and the net. You copying me?
K0MAD, yeah, I got a copy. Just wanted to check in with you.
Yes, hang around for just a minute. I'll start swinging the beam around here, and I'll catch you on the southwest side of the beam if you'll stick around. Yeah, I didn't catch it at that time. Yeah, stick around. I'll catch you on the beam. I'm going to start swinging it from southeast all the way around back to the southwest. So it'll be about 5 minutes. I'll be over on your side of the world. K0MAD. I'm going to switch to the beam.
I'm swinging around that way too, Dave.
All right, this is K0MAD with the Oars Thursday night Simplex net pointed to the southeast, and I'm on the flat side looking for check-ins. Please call now.
Paul, KD0, EOA, and Cape Fear.
All right, Paul, we got you in there good. KD0 EOA, how you doing today?
Oh, pretty good. Did something I'm about a month or so, maybe a little more than a month late doing. I finally got my boat out on the water. Got it, had to do a little greasing and check the oil and clean the spider poop off of it and stuff like that, and just went for a short run.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I've had mine out quite a few times. I told myself this year I'm not going to waste any time. I'm getting on the lake as much as I can.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking, and part of it is I've gotten involved with some other projects and other things, so I said, nope, today's the day. I'm going to go down there and get it taken care of. So got the battery in it and all that mess, so all I got to do is put gas in it once in a while and go out and have a good time.
Yeah, that's awesome, yeah. I'm going to go out tomorrow morning, take my dog. I'm going to go pick her up. She's camping with her grandparents down there at Cape Fear. And I'm going to pick her up, and we're going to go fishing, and I'll bring her back home. So it ought to be a pretty fun morning.
Oh, yeah, and the weather is fairly good right now, too, temperature-wise. Not too hot, not too cold. And today it clouded up a little bit. I think it rained this afternoon down here. And it's been pretty nice out, though. And the lake is still quiet during the week, so you are to have a good time. You know, the weekends can get really crazy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's why I figure I'll go Friday morning about 8 in the morning. Won't be a whole lot of people there. But anyway, hey, appreciate you checking in, Paul. You're actually a 5'8", almost a 5'9", so the band must be pretty good, because usually they're not that strong.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Then and maybe it'll help some of the others get into you. Hey, thanks for running the net, and hopefully we'll get to talk to you next week, 73.
Yeah, I heard Stillwater in there right before you checked in, and we're going to try and catch him on the beam when we swing around over in Oklahoma. So, yeah, the band might be pretty good. All right, 7-3. All right, this is K0MAD with the Oars Thursday night Simplex net, pointed east and north a little bit, over towards Springfield, Ozarks, looking for further check-ins for the net. Please call now.
K0RWD.
There's Ron, K0RWD. How you doing, Ron?
Well, just go into town and just actually, I don't know how they're going to get it all cleaned up, but I've had a little work this morning, or evening, but I'll tell you, it's really bad.
Yeah, I hear that it is. So, well, you'll work through it. How you doing?
Well, fine. I was just working out in the barn. I had to work off some parts. I had to go get them, but there's always tomorrow, I guess.
Yep, there is always tomorrow until there isn't, anyway. So, anyway, you're 5'9" as usual there, Ron. Good to hear from you tonight.
Sounds good. K0RWD.
All right, 7-3. Do we have any more check-ins to the northeast towards Springfield? This is KE0MAD.
KE0DGB.
There's Jimmy, KE0DGB. How's it going over there in Springfield, Jimmy?
Not too bad. I've got stuff to finish putting this hex beam together, and I'm making progress. Slowly but surely. The weather's been nice. I like this kind of temperature, but it won't last very long, I know that. Other than that, there's not a whole lot going on here.
All right. Have you been using the amp any, or is you just putting it aside till you get the beam up?
No, I get tempted every once in a while, Sean, but I think I said I was going to wait until I got the beam up, and that's what I'm going to do. And make sure the amp works. And after I'm sure it works on the beam, I'll put it back to the loop.
All right, sounds good. Hey, you're coming in good, Jimmy. 5'9" +5. So great signal tonight.
Yeah, that's unusual. It must be good. I was just turning on the HF, and I didn't see a whole lot, but and I thought, well, it's Thursday night. I better get on the net and see if you guys are still here anyway. Hey, good talking to you, Sean. We'll talk to you later. KE0DGB.
All right, Jimmy. Yeah, you're even a 5'9" on the Omni, so yeah, the band is definitely good tonight. That's got to be what it is. All right, Jimmy, 7-3. All right, do we have any further check-ins while I'm pointing to the northeast? Please call now. All right, nothing heard. I'm pointed to the north and west just a little bit. Up towards Stockton, looking for any further check-ins for the Oars Thursday Night Simplex Net. This is KE0MAD. All right, now we're pointed to the north and east, up towards Joplin, Carthage. This is Sean, K0MAD with the Oars Thursday Night Simplex Net. We are looking for further check-ins. All right, nothing heard there. We're pointed to the south and west, a little bit north of southwest, over towards Dave there, N0MUA. Let's see if we can pick him up again. Are you there, Dave?
Roger, Roger. We're in here, yeah. We got you a little better copy now. You're sounding good over here in Stillwater. You're the only one I'm hearing, although I did hear the Springfield station. That's about it.
Well, Dave, you were in there super strong. You were a 5 and 5, 5 and 6, and then, man, it just dropped off a cliff right there. So I don't know if you're still copying me or not, and I'm sure Bob's pointed at you. We'll see if Bob's able to pick you up. Bob, you got a copy on him?
Hello, Dave. Yeah, I got a copy. He was just the opposite of me. He was down almost nothing to start with, and then he come up to about a 5-6 there. N0MUA, you hear me? KA0RM, hello?
Roger, Roger. I turned it up a little bit. You guys are all over the place, too, over here, up and down. almost like you're in a mobile, but the band's kind of squirrely right now. But good talking to you. I missed you at the Claremore Ham Fest, but other than that, not much else going on over here.
Yeah, I was wanting to go, but I had a little accident before that with the truck and got bunged up, and I just didn't feel like driving over there that far, the way I was feeling. So we didn't go there. All right, I'll turn it back over to Sean here. Good to hear you. I haven't talked to you for a long time. KA0RM Aurora.
73. Catch you later.
Well, Dave, you were up almost S9 that time around, so yeah, the band is just crazy. All right, Dave, good hearing from you. Thanks for checking in tonight. Glad to get some people over in Oklahoma. 73, this is K0MAD. Do we have any further check-ins while I'm pointing to the southwest for the Oars Thursday Night Simplex net? Please call now.
73.
All right, one last call to the southwest before we kick over to the omnidirectional for last-minute check-ins. Do we have any further check-ins to the southwest? Please call now. All right, nothing heard. We're back on the omnidirectional for any last-minute check-ins or comments for the net. All right, nothing heard. 14 check-ins, including myself, and that was a good net. Got to hear a couple people I haven't heard in a while. Heard Steven in there, and Dave down in Stillwater. Good to hear everybody. Appreciate all that checking in tonight. Enjoy the weekend coming up. This is K0MAD, letting the frequency go back to normal amateur use. 7-3.